I don't talk about this much on this channel, but I'm actually a moderator on one of the largest online visual novel communities, the R Visual Novels subreddit on Reddit. One of the projects I've recently completed is doing a revamp of a recommendations site. It's a way users can view the most popular visual novel recommendations by genre as voted by the subreddit users. In this video, I want to give a very quick overview of the site, as well as the visual novels the users recommended. So the way the site works is simple. You start off on a homepage that briefly says what's contained in it. On either the top right header or one of the buttons below, we can view the categories of each genre the visual novels are separated by. We can see the different genres represented: beginner, drama, comedy, slice of life, mystery, action, fantasy, sci-fi, horror, otome, boys love, girls love, sex-focused, and non-Japanese. When you click on a category button, you'll see each of the visual novels represented along with a picture. Then click on a visual novel name to reach a visual novel page. On the visual novel page, there's some basic info including links to any VNDB pages for the series, a story structure section that details how its routes work, if it's all ages versus 18+, etc. Users submitted opinions on why they recommend the visual novel, and a section on how to legally buy the visual novel, as well as any relevant patches. Now I'll briefly go through each category and which visual novels were chosen. I won't show all the actual visual novel pages, so you can feel free to check those out if any interest you. The first category we have is beginner. These are visual novels that are shorter, less expensive, or outright 100% free compared to other visual novels. People consider these to have a good blend of genres, or a way to have people dip their toes in before going into a more specific genre. The visual novels that were chosen are the Ace Attorney series, Aokana, Achi My Dear Moments, the Danganronpa series, Doki Doki Literature Club, Karawa Shoujo, Narcissu, and Planetarian. The next category we have is drama. This section covers 3 common weeb visual novel terms: karage, nakige, and utsuge. Basically, if you're ready for a visual novel that will have very emotional and or heavy character development tropes, definitely consider these visual novels. The visual novels that were chosen for this genre include Clannad, Eden, F. A Fairy Tale of the Two, Fata Morgana, the Chrysaia Trilogy, Little Busters, Shada no Kuni, Swan Song, and White Album 2. The next category we have is comedy. While comedy can be found in many visual novels, these particular mix of VNs have a much bigger focus on it, with the intent of making you laugh constantly. These tend to be grouped with moege, since they're also light-hearted romance stories. The visual novels chosen include Koikari Love for Hire, Majikoi Love Me Seriously, Making Lovers, Harem Kingdom, and Sankaku Renai Love Triangle Trouble. The next category we have is Slice of Life. These are likely what most people think of when they think of moege. They're practically dramaless, focus on day-to-day life, romance, and character interactions, with maybe some character development. The visual novels chosen for this include Fururaba, Hoshiori Yume Mirai, If My Heart Had Wings, King Koi Golden Love Reach, Marshmallow All the Way Home, Riddle Joker, Sabado the Witch, and Senran Banka. The next category we have is mystery. This category should be pretty straightforward. This is the genre that's all about either having you solve a crime, mind-boggling puzzle, or generally building up the setting to not give you all the information and specifically make you learn and solve it as you go along. The visual novels chosen for this section include AI the Somnium Files, Chaos Child, Ever 17, Jisenjo no Mao, Higurashi, Karo no Shoujo, Raging Loop, Umineko, and the Zero Escape series. The next category we have is action. Surprisingly, action scenes aren't too common in visual novels, so the ones we do end up getting end up being quite popular, especially when done well. The visual novels chosen for this section include 9-9, Deus Machina Demon Bane, Dies Irae, Fate Stay Night, Hello Lady, Kikokugai, Meteor World Actor, Fullmetal Daemon Muramasa, and Tsukihime. The next category we have is fantasy. Even more rare than action scenes in visual novels are classic fantasy settings. These visual novels have these settings while still having a mix of other genres like action, drama, and even gameplay for some of them. The visual novels chosen for this section include Aiko no Yustia, which is currently untranslated, the Fault Milestone series, the Evenical series, the Rant series, and Rewrite. The next category we have is sci-fi. This setting might sometimes mix with the mystery genre, but these visual novels are heavy on the science fiction setting, likely mixing in some mystery, drama, and sometimes gameplay. Expect a bunch of futuristic and machine stuff. The visual novels included are 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, Baldur's Sky, the Muv-Luv Trilogy, Robotics Notes Elite, and Steins Gate. The next category we have is the horror genre. This is a kind of rare genre, but the few ones we do have are very well regarded and include some of the highest rated visual novels of all time. Expect to be grossed out or have some potentially sickening theme. The visual novels included are Chaos Head, Corpse Party, Sayana Uta, Wonderful Everyday, and You and Me and Her, A Love Story. The next category we have is the Otome genre. Otome is kind of a catch-all term for romance visual novels with a female protagonist with mostly or all male love interests. Many of the most popular ones tend to only be on console, so just keep that in mind for any PC-only readers. The visual novels chosen are Bustafellows, Code Realize, Collar X Malice, Cupid Parasite, and Olympia Soyuri. The next category we have is Boys Love, commonly known as yaoi or shonen ai. I'll be blunt, if you want to see some male-on-male romance and or sex scenes, these are the visual novels for you. I haven't read any of them, but many supposedly have interesting stories or drama. The visual novels chosen are Dramatical Murder, Hasahime of the Old Book Town, Lamento Beyond the Void, No Thank You, and Sweet Pool. The next category we have is Girls Love, commonly known as yuri or shoujo ai. To contrast the boys' love section, these visual novels are for if you want to see some female-on-female romance and or sex scenes. Though interestingly, around half the ones chosen don't actually have 18+ scenes at all, looking like they want to focus on the pure side of these relationships. The visual novels chosen for this section include Flowers, Kindred Spirits on the Roof, Seabed, Heart of the Woods, and Highway Blossoms. The next category we have is sex-focused, also known as Nukige. Almost every section tends to have at least a good amount of story and or character development before getting into 18+ sex scenes, if there's any. However, these visual novels get to the sexy time a lot quicker, whether in the common route or just getting to the harem route a lot faster to get right into the fucking. There are also a few visual novels that have some darker sex themes. The visual novels chosen for this category include Bishoujo ma Genkyo, The Ditzy Demons Are in Love with Me, Dona Dona, Euphoria, Imoto Paradise, Monster Girl Quest, and Ultimate Boob Wars. The final category we have is not Japanese. I don't think it's a surprise to many that both the subreddit and the online visual novel community in general tends to favor Japanese original visual novels. This section gives love to some Western-made visual novels not already in other sections like Katawa DDLC, Highway Blossoms, and Heart of the Woods. The visual novels in this category include Ace Academy, Analog A Hate Story, Being a Dick, and Valhalla. And that is it for the overview of the Our Visual Novels recommendation site. If any of these visual novels interest you, I included a link to the recommendation site in the description below. Once again, you can go to the individual visual novel pages to find more information about the visual novels, like the story structure, and where you can buy them and download patches. If you have any feedback about any of the visual novels chosen, the site, or this video, feel free to leave a comment below, as I was the one who did all the work in this version of the website.